I'm not sure if that will stay there or not, but maybe you can see the click. I'm not sure. Let me get wardrobed up and I'll kit it up here and then okay, we're ready to go, and I wanted to set my intention for this session is to expand my awareness of what it is I'm doing on the guitar every morning. Good morning, Kevin. Glad to see you here, Kevin. Wonderful morning, Mr. Torrell. I have a half of an email that I sent you yesterday. I do have another half of that that's coming. I just was on screech a little bit yesterday. So yeah, I ended up circulating a few of those emails, and there was quite a bit of interest in Little Sunflower apparently. Which leads me to wonder, like, how many people are here on the live chat, on the video, on this live stream, that don't actually comment on it. Half a minute. Yeah, all right, here we go. The A440 is ready to rock and roll. Let's see what we've got going on here. All right, let's turn this sucker down. And good morning, Jill. Hey, how are you today? Happy morning to you. So the intention for me today for this session is just simply to work on continuity of breath while familiarizing myself with some new methods for warm-up. All of these concepts apply equally to electric, acoustic guitar, electric and acoustic guitar, and if you are a headbanger, a shredder, this is some of the stuff you'll appreciate. But we're going to tonicize, we're going to work diatonically, or modalities. We're going to work in modalities today and finish up with a little sunflower. Not a little bit of sunflower, but the song Little Sunflower, the piece of music by Freddie Hubbard, the late great Freddie Hubbard. So that's what we're up to today. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Robbie. It snowed here overnight. Oh, hey. We've been getting rain, and we are going to continue to get rain for the next week or so. So cold and damp. Good weather for hypothermia. Yeah, it is. It really could be. So let's go ahead and get started with just checking and double checking to see that we are in tune. Good morning, Bernard, Mr. Ardis. Yeah, that feels really good. So it's we might actually just sort of revert back into D Dorian today. We're working still on D Dorian, our riffs, and I have a little riff that we can sort of like maybe work on a little later on, but I wanted to incorporate, I also want to attempt to fold a Little Sunflower into our dropped D approach to tuning. So maybe we get there today too. So we're talking triads, we're talking melody, we have a lot to pack into this tiny little oasis, all right, of rehearsal and practice. So I will get going. We'll just start with, we'll get the fingers 1, 2, 3, 4 going, and then that way, that's just basic stuff for me. And then just get that out of the way, get that happening. 1E and a 2E and a D-E and a forward tax for beat. Is he real? Sorry, Jason, I haven't been in a while. My mother passed away. Oh my word. Wow. I guess I don't know what to say. You know, our deepest condolences to you, good friend. It's yeah, I really, really feel for you, man. It's a big change. A lot to absorb there. Take my hat off while I'm observing this moment of silence, you know? That's what I should do. Oh, there. All right. So 3 and 4, 1 E and a 2 and a T and a fold. So welcome back. Thank you very kindly for that. Thank you so much. So what a beautiful live chat. What a beautiful place to be. Sometimes we forget there are real people involved in these chats sometimes, you know. So there's a beautiful devotional for his mom on his channel. Welcome back. Very cool. Cool to know. Mr. Internet himself. Good. Fingers 2 and 3. And you know, I've been working, last night I was working on some more Ted Greene stuff, or yesterday, this week or something, but I realized, I quickly learned that the minor part 9S that's coming up this weekend is, and 9T, I think 9S is a little shorter, but 9T is a full on, like, it'll air Saturday morning and Sunday morning. 9T, I'll just tell you, if you're joining me on the, if you're keeping up the pace with me on these Ted Greene chord chemistry series, the Sunday episode is going to be a bear. So I might like try to sleep with the tennis balls duct taped between my fingers or something this weekend, tonight and tomorrow night, if I were you. I've just got to really work and take more seriously my approach to really getting that left hand stretched out. So that's going to be a focus for me in the coming week. So 1 E and a 2, this is a good one for me to just kind of engage with. Fingers 2 and 3 are always sort of a little bit of a challenge for Uncle Jason, so. Got Chevelle here. Dan, good morning, Dan. Good morning, great to see you, Mr. Friend from the North. And then 1 and 2, 1 and a 2 and a T and a bogey and a Eddie Van Halen fretboard stretch. Oh, there we go. 50. I love the 5150. The Eddie Van Halen fretboard stretch. So can you talk to us about that a little bit? There we go, Marco. Nice. You're more than welcome, Izzy. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Let's complete the rest of this with a stretch. We'll start with a stretch. Here we go. We're thinking straight elbow here and then forward, or we're just pulling back a little bit lightly to keep this all sort of fluid and moving forward. I did a small bit of yoga this morning, probably a half an hour session. So that's definitely been helpful for me, especially since I've been really, so I think, you know, over the years I've been sitting like, I just wanted to mention this to you guys. So my massage therapist, my masseuse, the first time I walked into Ida's office was, she said, Jason, your body is sitting this way and then your legs are sitting this way. And I said, oh, really? Feels natural to me. And she said, well, what do you do for a living? What do you do for work? And I said, well, I play guitar for a living. And she said, oh, well, you may want to rethink that because you need to be doing some stretching. Your back needs some correction and needs some work. So you know, you've got this. You do have to pay. I do. I mean, I recommend that we all pay careful attention to our bodies and how our bodies work, and how whether we suffer on this or not. It is just like one of those things that we want to prevent workplace injury. I know it sounds funny talking about workplace injury relative to the guitar player, but it can, and absolutely does happen. All right. Whew. All right, so I'll pull my shoulders back too. We'll get these shoulders kicked back as well. I'll just kind of put the arms back. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. So I think we're pretty good. I'm almost back up to speed. So we've got 10 more minutes. I think I really want to get through the fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going ahead. I'm just going to do 16. We're just going to approach 6 attacks per beat. 1, so it's 1, 2, and we're going to use fingers 2, 3, and 4 on 10, 11, and 12. And we do have Guitar for Everyone. You get older, new aches and pains start popping up. Yeah, that's right. It does creep up on you. It can creep up on you, and then I'm trying to mitigate, like, I think there's just anyway, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to get back to practice. I'll do the Frank Zappa thing, shut up and play my guitar. So fingers 2, 3, and 4 on tracks 10, 11, and 12. And here we go. So 6 attacks per beat. And we're going to run the program. Feels really good. Breathe. All of the tension in the body. Straight back, tailbone back, pelvis under, relying on the core strength of my belly to, just to kind of keep me upright. That was a really challenging thing. So what you're going to see on this, I have to tell you, this Ted Greene, like this part 9T, we're still working chord reference charts, but part 9T is really something. It just kept going on and on and on, and I got through all of the chords, and I'm glad that I did get through all of the chords. There's some really great chords that I don't typically play anymore. It's like just revisiting with old friends. And you could stay there for a long time, for a long visit, and then there's just so many things to catch up on. So I hope that you enjoy these chord chemistry series as much as I do. I did take Raul's. Was Raul on this morning? Did I see Raul? I did follow. Raul made a comment about just kind of feeling okay. My tendency is to just kind of go slowly and not be too concerned with viewership, right? Be more concerned with the quality of the thing than the quantity of the thing. So I definitely wanted to stretch out a little bit here and really re-engage, like really get right into the moment. So it's let's see, fingers 1, 2, and 3, and 10, 11, and 12. Here we go. 1, 2, T, bow. Oh, down on a hole. Nice. Good call. Hey, crab. For 2 reels. Yeah, very cool. That record is one of my favorite records of all time. You know, just, was that Dirt? Oh, Robbie Smith with a tambourine comment. Did you get, you tried it yourself? It really does. It really comes, you're going to notice huge benefits to the rhythmic playing. Yeah, you're just going to love it. You know, just, you don't always need the metronome running, you know, just practice with the metronome, drive that beat home, and then just kind of wear it, own it. Do you know what I mean? Just hang it over, you know, it's a nice overcoat, or, you know, it's the sweater that you keep right in next to you, you know what I mean? It's that underlayer. But then when you get that metronome fired up, that the tambourine fired up on the floor, you know who taught me that? The owner of Vic Firth. We were jamming, and he manufactures like drumsticks, and I had this music program, and he was showing up and stuff, and he would come in. He had this pine board with a little. He'd put a little rag underneath one end of it, and then he would stomp on the pine board, and he had like fastened to the long end of the pine board, he had this tambourine on it, and so he actually would use the sort of like the 2-foot pine board as like a pedal. Do you know what I mean? To kind of to accentuate the beat. And I thought, what a brilliant dude. No wonder he's making all the money, you know? So simple stuff, but it really effective. And hey, Rel, the artist, what's going on? Good morning. 4-2. Yeah, down in a hole. So I'll have to put that on my channel. So good call, very good call. If you're just tuning in, I wanted to welcome you to the morning ritual for guitar growth, which is here for all of us to just kind of get familiar with playing, you know, breathing and then tuning up, and then we want to, you know, breathe, tune up, and then carry that breath all the way through our morning ritual. And I'm just doing this every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This time of year, it's Eastern Daylight Time, if that makes a difference for you. And then just here to not necessarily build community, but if we can build a beautiful community of like-minded guitar players across the world. I mean, there's not much wrong with that. So if you want to smash the like button, if you're interested in doing that, that'd be helpful. You know, any little bit helps. So probably next week we'll start working on, you know, some kind of like, you know, Joe Pass or Jim Hall sort of session work next week. Just kind of specialize. We'll just sort of buckle down into some specializations there a little bit. And then single note soloing. So we're approaching that a little bit today. So we actually got to get through fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll sort of start switching the gears a little bit. So 6 attacks per beat. Thank you for the comment on the guitar. And here we go. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth checking that out for sure. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do. And remain consistent and confident. And then once in a while I'll do these little finger roll exercises just to kind of remember, you know, I can do that. And there are always these little corrections that go on in the mind and the body that keep us in time. And over time, it's like a pendulum that eventually comes to rest. We do find the center of our tempo. There's an entire, you know, dissertation, you know, written on tempo. And then, you know, but that's neither here nor there. But we're basically through all of the warm-ups I really wanted to do. I wanted to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch 1. So we'll go ahead and just hammer through that. We'll try to save the last half of the session for what I was hoping to get to at the end of the week today. So we are closing out the week of D Dorian. D Dorian for certain. All right, let's see. Topic: beautiful guitar. Oh yeah. Yeah, thanks. You know, it's a Martin. I'd love to have, you know, I love this guitar. I love it. It's a day-to-day sort of like, it's my day-to-day work. It's a workhorse, sort of my beater. You like it when I say it's my beater guitar. But it is my guitar that I use every day for, you know, hours, a couple hour or two a day, and then I try to reserve some of the other ones that I just really don't want to spend down. Do you know what I mean? And but I bought this specifically so that I can be playing this like really hard all year long for 2025. And then, so I have a couple of goals. You know, one of my goals is to, you know, win some competitions and stuff. So it's not something I'm really like advertising, but I work a lot on that behind the scenes, and I've got a bunch of arrangements that I'm working. And if you guys are interested in any pieces of those arrangements, I'd be happy to share pieces of those with you. So all you have to do is email me at jasoncareyguitar.com. Not yet. jasoncareyguitar@gmail.com. Right, that's it. jasoncareyguitar@gmail.com. And I get a lot of emails, so you know, I get I don't know, it's like 100,000 emails. So it seems like if you wanted to, you know, you have set it up in the subject what you're looking for, and then that way I know what we're talking about, and I can kind of scan. I don't have other people going through my emails, so I'm the only one doing that. So if you do have, just hit me with a subject line, you know, 10 words or less. Basically put the ask in the subject. I've learned that some people don't even open the emails, so it's just kind of put everything you want to say like in the subject, you know what I mean? Just right there, done. And if you want to drill down a little bit in the email, go ahead and do that. But oh, you taking off? Mark, nice to see you again, man. Happy day, happy work day. Man, work hard. Earn it. We'll see you soon. All right, so we're looking at fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch, and then 1. I'm still going to work on that six attacks per beat. Still working on my breath here. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So halfway through the beat, or through each beat, there's an up beat, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up, down, up, down, up. So the eighth notes are down, up, down, up. That's one thing I really want to be mindful about accentuating, is that eighth note pattern, that subdivision still. So we could also work on other subdivisions, so of the sixth, the So do you know what I mean? There's a lot of interesting stuff we can do with the hand, with the fret hand or the picking hand before we even engage with the fret hand. Do you know what I mean? A lot of great work, a lot of great metronomic work to be done. And hours, the longer we spend with it, the more we get, you know, the more that, again, we'll use the Shreve Santana's drummer's method is to find a trance. You don't get beyond the trance without entering the trance. And to enter the trance, you have to use repetition. And no other way to do it. No other way to do it. There is no get rich quick scheme. You know, it's nothing like that. 1, 2, da, 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 1, da, da, here we go. Oh, see you, Jill. Bobby, I do concur. I don't think much yet. Try the egg in your hand, egg in your strum hand. That's cool. Oh, legato style stuff, yeah. Absolutely. Pull hammer-ons, pull-offs to your friends. Strategically placed. Found one of the strum and pick as I move. Singing and playing. Yeah, that's right. And we're working on separate. That's all designed for separation. So if you're wanting to play and sing at the same time, that's a good video to watch. You know, I just did a Fix Your Time Now. I forget what the name of the video turned out to be, but it was you know, big green letters, and it's a recent video on my channel. It's Fix Your Time Now or some kind of stuff like that. It's almost an insulting title. You know what I mean? Like, but to be fair, I am always working on fixing my time. So there's that. You can go check that out. This is specifically designed for the singer-songwriter. It's specifically designed for those who want rhythmic separation between their body and to control the separation of rhythms between their bodies, and then what that continuum is presenting, and then you know, the guitar, and then the, you know, the fret hands and picking hands, and then putting that all together in synchronicity to just get that, all of these things starting to talk together the same. All of these multiple languages are coming together, doing the different things to create one final product, and that's all kind of rooted, like Mark, Robbie, let's see, yeah, Robbie was talking about that earlier in this chat here, that it's designed for separation, and it's designed to be a challenge up front, but we get really good at it, and the tambourine is super. It's great. You hear the foot tap, you feel it, but when you hear the tambourine with your foot tap, that's really something else, and you can really generate groove like real quick. Like, so, just check it out. You'll love it. You got a Joe Walsh nose, Jenga. Can you play Beanie? Beanie. Wait a minute. Who is this? Are you talking about Beanie Boy? You're not talking about Beanie Boy, right? Wow. I don't remember the last person who asked me to play Beanie Boy. Wow. That's gonna come a little later. 'Cause that's not what you're asking, is it? Alright, so Zach, you read the nicest guys are the most dangerous if you cross that one. Zach, you read the nicest guys are the most dangerous? Okay, let's see. Mr. Jason, is anyone going to go easy? Mr. Jason is an easygoing guy, but if he ever did snap, it's going to be bad. Matiko, Jason, morning. How are you doing? All right, so he was a Green Beret. Oh yeah, I wish Delta Force, but I wish I could make that kind of difference. Do you know what I mean? Just. No, I chum around with a lot of them, but totally admire what service and devotion is. So we're just going to continue to kind of work on that. So I'm going to start with where we kind of left off yesterday. Did you guys have a chance to practice these arpeggios at all? 5:05 and I'm bursting out live. See you on Monday. Yeah, Mark, happy picking, man. Happy picking, friend. I'll see you soon. We're gonna drop that D again. Just get that D drop, and then we're gonna just kind of like focus on just kind of getting through. Going to work on. I'm working cross picking, you know, as well, because this is something that is really challenging for me. It's a lot of us talk about just the picking hand not being able to keep up. It's a challenging life for the picking hand, for the plectrum guitar player. I think a lot of it comes from, if you learn how to play clips of Guitar for Everyone, Justin mentioned this the other day, you know, learn how to play Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson, and you really understand what it is to, you know, how to burn through like pentatonics, you know, how to encourage strategically placed hammer-ons and pull-offs or slurs, couple that with really surgical like pick hand procedures. And then what we're going to do today is I'm just going to encourage that. If you can just work on that over the next month or two, that would be just for the intro. Just get the intro down before he does that little pinch harmonic, right? You know what I'm talking about? Just get up to that point and just work it really slowly, one note at a time. Use the additive process, get those two notes together. All right. You know, I'm going to work on it too. I'll relearn it. You know, I haven't played that for years, like decades probably. Since it came out. I don't even remember it, but we'll get it back up to speed. So let's check that out. Let's get that going. And once we start posting videos of that, please share that with me. Notify me, because I really want to keep that YouTube. My community posts isn't all about me. So someone sent me a guitar, a beautiful red Strat the other day, Robbie, and beautiful guitar. That's probably going to go on the community board, but as one of the guitars of the morning ritual. So certainly cool to see what you're working on and share that. That's definitely what's going on here. A large part of what's happening. So I'm just going to start with dropping the bomb here. And we have the D minor triad. I'm going to go right up the C major scale. So I have, so what's the C? All right, so the C version of this looks like this. So we have flat 3, 5, and then 1. We have the 3, 5, 1 in C, which is here. So that's actually fair game. Then I'm going to play C, a D minor, and then E minor, and then F, and then G, and then A minor. And then the root notes are here on the B string. So we could separate. So if we wanted to drill down a little further, one step deeper into this, before we proceed into cross-picking the heck out of this stuff, we could just separate these voicings into melody and then chord. Picking hands, kind of get, you can start with a chord, and then you can work work on an arpeggio through and then grab that note on the top just to highlight the melody. You could offset the melody, you could play the melody first, then the chord, and then ta-da, you know, the ta-da strum here where we have the approach, the arpeggiated approach, get to the top and then immediately turn around and re-highlight that melody. Very cool. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer thing to do on the guitar. You could do that in reverse too. But just don't smash your way, you know, you don't have to be a bull in the china closet just to smash our way back through the D string, you know. Just really nice and light touch. And you could do that also with the G string, but you'll figure that one out on your own. If you want to share videos of you working through these techniques, I'd love to share these. I'd love to be able to point to any work that you're doing on your channel. So, you know, yeah, very cool stuff. So there's D Dorian now, because I'm dropping the D, we're dropping that big fat bomb, right? The big bomb, all right? So it's just real simple. It's real simple. It doesn't get any easier than this. We're just going to take what we just did, and then now we're going to just play those notes, all of these triads, C, D, E. I'm rushing. Boy, that's slow. Follow this program, we want to just kind of get that, you know, that George Van Epp style of playing kind of together. We're going to talk a little bit more about George, Mr. Van Epp, the late great Mr. Van Epp's, the father of all of it, and later on. But it's hard to find his book because it's kind of expensive now, and it's like, I don't know how really we'd ever work through it. Nobody wants to spend $100, $200 on an old beat-up copy. You know what I mean? So maybe we'll figure out a way to work that out. But anyway, headed back into the world of Dorian. Now I'm tuned to drop D. So if you haven't tuned to drop D, here's what it did. It's really easy to get down to drop D for me. Anyway, just kind of practice it over the years. Open D, open A, open low E. Just drop it down until it sounds like a chord. Oop, that's not really what I'm looking for. That's good. And then I can double check it with the open D string. And then I can fine tune it. Open strings, let's hear it, yeah. Now this is open D Dorian. Most of us when we hit D Dorian, you know, drop D, we have a flat 6. Because we're, you know, I've listened to a ton of Zeppelin catalog, you know. That's not really where we're going, but that flat 6 is definitely part of our rock heritage as, you know, American musicians. going to let that open G string ring. And that open high E string ring if I can't help it. That's not really where we're going today. Cool though, and so I want to just differentiate that natural minor or Aeolian or related minor scale. Smash the like button if you don't mind. If you're here and you're even remotely remotely enjoying any of the content, I ask now, I don't ask much. I don't ask for much, but if you wouldn't mind, smashing that like button, just get right on it, or double tap the screen, or whatever it is, you know how to do it. So I won't tell you anymore. I'll stop being annoying. If you smash the like button though, you will have you'll gain instant, immediate guitar knowledge, right? Instant. You won't have to think about anything. It'll all just come naturally to you from now on. So we're working on the chords from C major, right? So the C, D minor, E minor, and then F major, and then G, and then A minor, and then D diminished, and then C, back to C again. And then we can head on up to D minor again. Thanks for the likes. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. You're feeling smarter already. So let's go back to C, but this time we're going to use just the drop D, and then we're going to just hang on to that D. And if we play C on top of that drop D, you know what that means, don't you? It means that we're probably going to be the coolest person at the open mic tonight. Talking about where we can actually get some mileage out of the right or the picking hand here by creating these really cool dynamic exercises that we can kind of like we're finger picking our way through. I'm going to show you how to maximize this in just 1 second. And now I'm still smashing the heck out of the guitar. I don't need to do that. It gets exciting, but if we do that all the time, it's like I can only absorb so much of that, and then it's like, where do I go from here? And then I start breaking the strings of the guitar, and then I smash the guitar into splinters at the end of the song. And before even the end of the song, at the rate that I was traveling there, the guitar was going to smash and I was going to spontaneously combust, right? So we don't want to just do that. We want to get right to that edge, take the listeners with us, but we don't really want to go over that edge. I mean, unless you do, go ahead. People have done it before, and people are probably still going to do it tomorrow. I've seen it happen. But we'll go ahead and start working on just pretty simple picking patterns. We're going to bridge the gap into Little Sunflower, though. To turn this Little Sunflower, see these beautiful songs, these standards, they're called standards for a reason. Because they can be framed and framed again and reframed again after that. And they can be reused and adapted into different genres. It's like the gravitational wave transcending time. I just have to think about a little bit about what's going on. Why am I playing Dorian like this? It's a really simple pattern. Down, up, 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 down, getting a little vibrato in there is helpful for me. It's helpful. It helps the notes to come to life. Like I could go through, you know, and just have my brain removed, stick a metronome in there, and then I can play 16th note triplets at 120th on the metronome. And then what? I mean, is that really what we want? And if that's what you want, I feel like I'd rather be in touch. For me personally, I just would rather sacrifice the quantity for the humanity of it, right? And I know probably many of you here are in a similar like frame of mind, even though those frames of mind come and go over time, right? And so, or phases, or whatever you call them. Let's see. Hey, Tanny23. I agree. Martins are my favorite. Martins are great guitars. Smash, important knowledge acquired. Very cool, man. Very cool. Sometimes I get going off and I forget to look at the chats, and then the next thing I know, I'm like buried. There's no hope. TJ, if I see Kevin's got to run. Kevin's got to run. Have a great weekend, everybody. Until Monday. I hope you have a wonderful day today, Kevin. And we'll see you on Monday. Maybe we'll see you over the weekend. We've got 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard. We've got another premiere. We're running live. We're running the Ted Greene Chord Chemistry set tomorrow, and another set on Sunday, same time, 9 a.m. and Eastern Standard. It will run. I think I might move that Sunday one to after church hours. So maybe it might go to. We might start shifting that to 11. If you want to let me know what you think about that, just let me know in the comments, and either here or any of the videos. If you'd rather see a different time for those weekend warrior things, where we really have to put some time and like brain power and breath into that work. If you'd prefer a separate time, let me know, please, in advance, because we can accommodate. All right. So it's just working on D minor 7. So I'm imagining all of this as D minor 7. And I'll tell you why. Because all of these notes, as we are learning through the chord chemistry study, as we live and breathe through these chords, as simple as it is, very light, then we push on the gas a little bit and let off. Then we highlight a melodic tone. Start getting a little bit more sort of, a little bit more like assertive with the pick hand, and just kind of start getting closer to the bridge and just start scraping through that, that glissando or that glissade through the string set as we ski off of the hill. Have you ever done that? I've skied thousands of feet in just seconds on my boots in the right at Tuckerman's Ravine. The right time of year when this corn goes, oh hey, TJ, all the best to you. I'm happy with the times you post, but anything around this time is great. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for this. I love the live chat, the super chats are very invigorating, and I definitely appreciate that. So another thing that you can do if you'd like to become a channel member, it's pretty relatively affordable. I think it's easy barrier for entry, and there are coming up some member-only videos, and then usually what we do with member videos and member-only live streams too. So we're not really promoting that just yet, but that's growing, and so thank you very much. Okay, so I want to get back to this, and we just have this. Matthew, thank you very much. all of this is 3, 11, and flat 7. So this chord, if I play a C triad against that D note in the bass, that's the 9. Let's see, the 9, the 11, and the flat 7, and then this is the flat 3, 5, and root, and this is the 9, the flat 3, the 6, which is Dorian mode, and then the 9 on the top, and then oh yeah. Snow gets like, the snow metamorphoses from a flake over the end of the year, it turns into little rollerball bearings. And so I have my limbers on, they're handmade boots, like mountaineering boots or whatever. And then and I've got my ice axe, almost like alpenstock. And I'm up on the top of the head wall and with my pack on and everything, and I just tip the tips of my feet forward a little bit and use my sort of alpenstock, my ice axe, my Gravel ice axe as a sort of a rudder. It's a third point of contact, and then just skeep, and you just fly right out of there, and you can have some really, really great runs doing that. Just insane. I did it off the summit cone too, I guess, but a lot of fun. It's a good technique to practice in the lowlands if you can. All right, so we have the minor, let's see, D with the E minor triad on the top. So we have the 11, the 6, and then the 9 on the top. And we play the F chord, the F triad over the D. We have a really great D minor 7 sound. We have the 5 flat 7 and the flat 3. And then this one is a little extended because we get the 6 in there. Like we're playing like Hendrix or the Doobie Brothers. But we've got that D holding us there modally. It's just modally just holding us there. And then, so next I'd like to really work on it with a tempura. Has anybody here worked with a tempura before? Passage. You can do all of those chords through the top 3 strings as well, right? To provide some more separation from the bass notes. James Taylor, hello. And then so there's a lot to unpack here, lots of exciting stuff to just kind of mess around with. And then we have we can use chords that are like characteristic chords, which we've talked about. And then we can, there's a lot to cover, but now I think what we could do is just really talk about the melody and how we frame to post the melody over. Are we using, Ted Greene's chords, or are we just going to stick around with the triad? So we could, you can decide what you prefer. So we have this D minor 7 with the flat 3, flat 7 root, and then 5 on the top. And then we have a C major 7 that was kind of from D Dorian, right? Back down. So let's go back up. Oh, now we've entered the world of chordal harmony too. So here's another approach. We could use those triads that we let's take a look at reducing those an octave. Oh, I'm over the hour here. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I'm keeping you over. And I'm keeping you over, and what I'm going to do is we'll just get through the last piece of this. This is Friday, so I'm just going to spend a couple more minutes. If you have to jump now, I really appreciate it. If you want to smash that like button on the way out, that's another thing that we appreciate and want to express gratitude for here in this channel. We want to be aware and thankful of that, and not just assume that that's what happens. So thank you very much. And if you want to stick around, go ahead. I'm going to be here for another 5 minutes or so, just kind of finishing up with what we're on about, okay? And I really appreciate the super chat. TJ, this is not the first time you've done this. This is really appreciated, man. Thank you. And so we have this really cool, so we're going to remove this or reduce this by an octave. Now we want to play it here. Let's see what we can come up with for a fingering here. So we started with that pretty much completes the melody there. We could start it an octave lower. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Oh man, you're just did you just put 20 euros down there? What are you doing, man? Save your money. You gotta probably feed your face or something, I would think too, right? So I really appreciate it. You're definitely appreciated for certain. All right, I don't know what to say, man. I really do. I don't. So let's take a look at just. It is kind of cool though when you're here just doing what you're doing, and it does get a fiscal note attached to it. That's definitely something that is it just feels good. It warms the heart, and it's you can't change the world if you can't keep the lights on. Trick number one, right? Trick number one. So charity starts at home, and those of you who have contributed in the live super chat, I definitely appreciate it. We have a record holder, which is the great Mr. Tortorello. With TJ's kind of like stacking them up, though, like cordwood. So I appreciate it. That's not really why we're here. Definitely appreciate all of it, but I could run on and on about it. But let's reduce that melody to an octave lower, which is fret. So we're starting here an octave lower. So what are we doing here? So we can start. Let's go ahead and take those chords. Those. Maybe we can start with some. 4-note chords. Let's see. So let's go ahead and do some quartal stuff. This will sound good because we're going to put some notes underneath it, and we really don't want to contrast too much away from the bass note that's going to be droning underneath us. So let's just rethink this a little bit. So let's think about what if we used all quartal notes from the C major scale, which is because it's all over a D note, and D Dorian, it becomes like D flavored or D minor sound. So we've got this. And it kind of feels like cheating because we're playing just 3 notes on 1 string, you know what I mean? Oh, TJ. Oh man. Please play Colo Colo song from Tereziman Park. I don't know that one, but I'll take a look at it. All right, I'll find it there. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. And we're just working on stacking fours. So we have this fret 2, fret 3, because I'm following the framework of the C major or D Dorian mode. And then we're hearing the melody. Now, if we wanted to separate the melody out, we could play the melody first. Or even just start with reversed strokes, because that we'll perceive the melody first. We hear the melody hit first, and then there we go. So that creates a really nice otherworldly kind of sound. Up to this, it starts to really sound like something that we can relate to. So these are all just techniques that we're just swirling around with and just hanging out with. Okay, so these aren't just Thanks for being here. I think that's about it for today anyway. I'm getting out of here. Lots of tools in disarray to be organized. We use a contract for the cutter. I had one on delay for the beehives to assemble and frame now. As bees not going. Gas station. Mine's for much needed blessing this year. Oh, right on, man. What? Drop that tile, man. I love laying tile. Yeah, great. That's great work. That's God's work right there. Have some have some fun. Oh, what are we doing here? I suppose, is there anything else? And anybody else have any other questions before we get moving for the day today? Sounds great. Little sunflower. Very cool. Anybody have anything else for questions? Amen to the self-employment. Yeah, you can do some really great things doing that. Yeah, that's a good request. 24 by 48, those are big tiles. Fast coverage too. Really big cuts, man. Hopefully those cuts go well. And may the grout be forever in your favor. Or the glue be, the mastic or the thin set be forever in your favor. All right, gang, thank you so much for being here, and certainly appreciate it. TJ, very much appreciated. And everybody, thank you again. Email me with any questions if you have them, and until we meet again. Thank you for being such a great supporter of this channel, man. I don't know what to say. All right, until we meet again, we'll see you this weekend, 9 o'clock. We have 2 9 o'clocks coming up, a.m. Ted Greene videos coming, and I gotta get going. Got some company coming to the studio, and I'm late. But thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you again right here, same bat channel, same bat time on Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. And until that time, I wish you happy picking. Okay, out for now. Be good. Have fun. Say